Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Snake People at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish you could unsee. It's the podcast where we talk about growing up and living queer, nerdy, and depressed online and at the cinema. From the kids who are aware that, yes, this is the single gayest thing they've ever done, it's Sneeple at the Movies. I'm Matty.
I'm Ezra.
And I'm Helena.
And this episode is a Shane Black special, but it's only the movies that we like.
So the thing is that, like, Shane Black has written other movies besides the movies and directed, but other than the ones that we're talking about, namely the entire fucking Lethal Weapon series, which I don't think any of us have actually seen.
No, I have
the first
not.
two.
Okay, I haven't seen any of them, so Helena wins the Have You Seen the Lethal Weapon movies contest.
Yay, I feel so blessed. What
but
a win there.
We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys and maybe Iron Man 3.
We just did a lot of Marvel, so we may not talk about
I'm like, I have more things to say about Marvel, but most of them are just me, like, kind of pointlessly bitching, so, you know.
If we don't talk about it explicitly, just know that Iron Man 3 is there with us in our hearts and in our minds.
In our hearts and in our souls.
We do have to mention Iron Man 3 because the great thing about Iron Man 3 is that it also just, like, randomly, for no reason that is just remotely related to the plot, takes place at Christmas, as does Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He's like, I'm just gonna make it Christmas time, and there's no reason why it needs to be
If Robert Downey Jr.'s there, it's gotta be Christmas, and that's the law. Also, the end of The Nice Guys also takes place at Christmas.
Yeah, it does. I think Shane Black likes the juxtaposition of the, like, American fantasy of Christmas with people's lives falling the fuck apart.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take.
Some people have seen It's a Wonderful Life too many times, myself included.
That's fair.
So what is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? Are we going to talk about the movies that we've seen since last time?
Yeah, I was going to say, we want to do a quick little segment that's like, what have we seen since the last episode? We need a catchy name for that. What did you miss? That wasn't very good. That's fine.
I don't know. I mean, I was just gonna call it the Sneeple do occasionally actually go to a movie theater, even though it's obscenely expensive, which is not a catchy title, but it is true.
I mean, to be fair, not all of these were things that I saw in a theater.
Yeah,
it's
this
just,
is,
like,
same, actually.
And actually, I didn't spend, the one movie that I did see in the theater, I didn't spend that much money on, because I have the Hollywood Theater membership.
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
fair. Okay, never mind, I retract my statement.
I like the Here's What You Missed on Sneeple.
Yeah,
but
that's
no
kind of cute.
Yeah.
Sort of. I don't want to,
Here's what you missed on Sneeps. Okay, so that's it. You're welcome. Yeah, here's what you missed on Sneeps. So I've seen way more movies than I normally did, so I can go later or I could just go first.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Unless Ezra wants to go.
So I rewatched The Nice Guys in preparation for this. I did that earlier. I had an early morning meeting, and then I watched The Nice Guys, and then I went back to work. I've seen Detective Pikachu twice. I saw it with my friend Katie, and then I saw it with my dad. I saw the Keanu Reeves classic Constantine with a friend of the show, Leia, because we were like, I've never seen Constantine. And she was like, I've never seen Constantine. And we were like, all right. And then subsequently ended up watching every single John Wick movie over the span of 3 days with a bunch of my friends. And then we went to, like, with some of the other, like, podcast folk, and we went to go see it in theater. So it was like a Keanu Reeves marathon for me.
Awesome.
Yes.
And then I also started watching Preacher, which I know is TV, but I've been meaning to watch Preacher for a very long time. So also the episodes are like hours long. So I'm on episode 5 right now. So it's kind of like I've watched 2 movies.
When you have these days with, like, are they 90-minute episodes? I can't remember. Or are they just...
They're 45-minute episodes.
Okay. That still feels like a really long time. It's paced. Preacher's a show that's, like, it's paced in a way that makes you, like, it gives things, like, time to develop, so it really just feels like you've watched a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's also very like cinematic in like the long shots and it's very like heavy aesthetic.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying it so far. Leia was like, "Would you recommend it?" And I was like, "That's a great question. I don't know." I think it's a very specific.
Such a fine line.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that like very clearly works for me, but there's still points where I'm like, God, I wish this show wasn't doing this right now.
Yeah.
But like, it's like deserty Americana, religious overtones, like supernatural bullshit, violent, gory. Dominic Cooper's there. Like, of course I was gonna fucking watch this show.
Yeah, that's like
cannot recommend it for anybody else though. So
I appreciate the level of like list those things off. Maddie's like, you rang through your wall.
Yeah, just I Kool-Aid Man in like hello. It's as Ben would say, it's Maddie bait. So that's what I've watched.
Nice.
I can't remember when the last time I recorded with you guys. That was longer ago because I wasn't at the last.
It's been a couple weeks.
So I guess I'm going to start from like May 13th. I watched The Favorite twice in 1 week because I showed it to my dad because my mom and I went to see it when it came out. So we watched it on Amazon Prime, and I was like, "Oh, this is just as good as I remember." And then I went to Toronto, as you may know, and on the plane from Calgary to Toronto, they were playing The Favorite on the little tiny TV screens on the airplane. So I put my headphones in and sat back and listened to The Favorite, and it was great. And I went to see Mad Max Fury Road in Crowe at the Hollywood.
God, I'm so jealous.
I'm so jealous. Oh my God.
Shout out to a friend of the pod, Maddie, for texting me in the airport the day that I left, being like, "Hey, so Mad Max is playing next week. Do you want to go see it?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Make it clear, Matt, MADDY.
DDY, Maddie.
Yes, we share many interests, including the Lego games and name.
I'm just gonna call you Eminem from now on whenever I refer to both of you. It's gonna be very catchy.
Chase your bliss.
Yeah, and so this was that was really fun. That's like the first time I've seen that since it came out. And it was a benefit for Planned Parenthood as well. And it was a sold out theater, and it was really amazing. I watched. Well, I'll let Ezra talk about Peterloo because we both watched Peterloo.
Okay, yeah, because that's the only movie I've watched because I'm still stuck in. I need to put as much Critical Role directly into my brain as I can.
And then I've also rewatched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang today in preparation for this podcast, and also Young Frankenstein a couple days ago, and also a couple days before that I rewatched Emperor's New Groove. So
God, what a star list! Oh, so good.
Anyway,
I watched actually the second half of Emperor's New Groove and the first half of the sequel of Emperor's New Groove, with the sound off, was playing behind me on the big TV screen during one of my D&D sessions last week.
What? Stars aligned, Ezra.
Yeah, so that's weird.
This is so good.
The Emperor's New Groove sequel is called Kronk's New Groove. I don't really understand.
Doesn't he open a restaurant?
He does, but then he also, falls in love with the leader of, a rival scouting troop.
Yeah.
Who is embarrassed because her head is flat or something. I don't know. She
don't
never
remember that.
She just as far as I could tell, she never. This is. I swear to God, I was watching this half watching it out of the corner of my eye and half trying to concentrate on a boss fight in D&D. But there's 7 other people at the table, so combat takes a long time. And I was just trying to kind of discern what was happening, which was not going very well for me. So, yeah, that happened. But then Helena and I decided to watch noted British filmmaker Mike Leigh's latest offering, which is called Peterloo. It's a period piece. It's about during the, oh my god, I'm gonna get the date wrong. It's the very early 1800s because so it's about the Peterloo massacre. So it's just after it starts after the Battle of Waterloo. British soldiers coming home from France and walking into the movement for universal male suffrage in Britain, and as well as geographically proportional parliamentary representation. Basically just like a reform in parliamentary representation being the least radical of the things that people are agitating for generally. And it takes place in Manchester.
It was 2.5 hours long.
It was 2.5 hours long because it's a fucking Mike Leigh movie, and...
You know, that's how he does it.
On the other hand, the number of Mike Leigh films in which I did not fall asleep now outnumber the ones during which I have fallen asleep, so that's something.
That's good.
I thought it was very good. I thought it was, he has a really interesting way of approaching period pieces, and especially ones about like that are like, this is about a specific event, but he focuses a lot more on the stuff leading up to it, and instead of like isolating that one thing as just something that happened without a bunch of cause and effect, which I really appreciate. And I did cry. The actual sequence itself was really, really hard to watch.
Holy shit. Oh my god, I would never have thought this movie would have needed, like, a content warning, but, it's incredibly matter-of-fact about the violence, which makes it, like, even more shocking.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to just be like, oh man, like, this was... And it's so clear that, like, this should have never happened. It was a product of a very small number of people who felt their power being threatened, looking for an excuse to lash out violently through the power of military policing. And so it has a lot of resonance, obviously, with a lot of things that are happening in the world, you know, right now. Mm-hmm. It's amazing that you're sitting there and you're like, wow, fuck, this is like 1807 or something, and it also kind of feels like pulling up my Twitter feed.
You know what's crazy is that it actually took place in 1819.
1819.
So it was exactly 200 years ago.
Oh.
So that's fun.
That's cool. What's that fucking part of nothing changes, nothing ever will. Yeah, sorry.
Turning.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Anyway, pivoting wildly.
Yeah, but it is a very good film. It features a lot of very engaging performances. Maxine Peake is in it. She's great. Rory Kinnear is in it. He's excellent. His wig is very upsetting, not because it's good, it's bad, because it's actually like too good, and you're like, but I know that he doesn't have that much hair. My tag, when I still used my Tumblr, for Rory Kinnear was just adorably balding. I stole it from a friend, so it's weird seeing him with hair. It's a very...
I hate it.
Yeah, it's a very quiet, but it's a quiet movie. You kind of have to just, like, sit back and let things develop. Mm-hmm. But if you give it the attention that it's asking for, I think it has a lot of payoff. Also, the costumes are fucking great. Like, that is actually what Stays looked like in 1819. Thank you. Anyway.
But in a different century, in Los Angeles in 2005.
I just realized hold on, the title for this episode should be "You'll Never Die in This Town Again."
Oh yeah,
yes,
definitely. Yeah, you'll never die in this town again.
That's the subtitle for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yep.
The most perfect movie of all time, baby.
Yeah. It's okay, so we gotta say first, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is titled this. This may be apocryphal. I don't care. It's a great story and I love it. It is a riff on like the Italian titles of James Bond movies.
I never knew this.
Yeah, they got they get translated. Apparently, the like 70s Bond movies, the titles got translated into Italian as these like nonsensical phrases.
Oh, good.
And I think one of them may actually have just literally translated to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and that's where the title of this movie came from.
I love it.
I would also, before we get too deep into, like, the movie itself, just, like, as a, like, the Sneeple coming at this, we were talking about this before we started. This was a movie where, like, Helena and I watched this together. I think you must have seen it first and then showed it to me, but you had seen it, like, once before. And we're like, oh,
like that.
Yeah, so it, like many things, you showed me this movie, but it wasn't like you were extremely, like, familiar with the movie before we saw it together.
I was like, this is pretty fun.
Yeah, and then Ezra saw it separately, and Ezra and I met, and I was like, I think, did you see my copy of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? And we're like, oh,
yes.
Fuck, you know what this movie is? And I was like, yes, you know what this movie is? And we were like, what?
Yeah.
And the reason for that, listeners, is because Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, it came out in 2005. It's a pre-Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. vehicle, not a vehicle for him, but he was in it. He's the lead, and a post Robert Downey Jr. rehab movie. So it didn't like make that big of a splash. It was like pretty critically well received, but it's very, very much a cult classic. So it's not often that we come across people who are like, I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Or who like bring it up in conversation, except for the three of us.
Yeah, no.
And like the three of us like quote this movie at each other like a lot.
I do it in my regular life. Just like, what do I know? I'm a bear. I suck the heads off.
I actually said that to my coworker like 2 weeks ago, and she looked at me like I had grown another head.
I said it to my mom once.
You can argue that I quote it daily because I do the nose thing.
Oh, the nose thing all the time.
Yeah, I do the nose thing to people during D&D a lot.
There's a part near the end where, like, one of the characters touches his nose and then points at the... I'm doing it right now.
I am too.
It's the on the nose.
It's the on the nose thing.
Single gayest thing you've ever done.
Yeah, 2 minutes later, Robert Downey Jr.'s character says, by the way, this single gayest thing you've ever done. So we quote that quite a bit.
All the time. So yeah, this is our movie. It's like this and The Fall are like... And Lord of the Rings, I guess. But, like, this is our movie. This is the Sneeple movie.
Yeah. This is so welcome to our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is I have it described here in the preparation Google Doc as a sort of neo-noir pastiche and parody. It's both a modern film noir that is sending up the genre, but also... lovingly paying homage to it. Ezra, you described it really well down here in that first paragraph.
Yeah, hang on. What did I actually say about this?
Slapstick love letter to film noir and a sympathetic nod to anyone who wishes the random bullshit coincidences of their life was secretly an intricately plotted thriller with a satisfying resolution.
Yeah.
I would say
that's right.
we're also going to talk about Nice Guys, I think. Nice Guys also has that theme, but instead of being... kind of like a little bit more noir, it's very like 70s cop movie with the noir.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more funky both in terms of like the music and the aesthetic and like kind of the way it attacks the noir. So they're very good like mirrors of each other. I almost said foils, and that's not really the word I want. But I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang plays the neo-noir a little bit more straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has like the jazzy sort of soundtrack and everything that goes with a lot of neo-noir films. Mm-hmm. It's very much like, it feels very similar to LA Confidential, which came out just 9 years before this, which was itself a neo-noir that was playing itself very straight.
Yeah,
but this plays it with a little bit more humor and like a little
and love.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of elbowing you while it's doing it. It's like but like it's like good instead of being like, oh, shut the fuck up. Come on.
Yeah, no, because it's like it's definitely an inclusive kind of poking fun, because this movie's like, hey, we both love neo-noir. Isn't that a little bit silly?
Yeah. And it's different because usually in a classic film noir, you usually have a protagonist who's world weary, who's cynical, and they narrate the film maybe in a very, very classic form of the film noir.
Right, and they're the private eye also.
Yeah, and in this one, the narrator is a ditz.
Harry Lockhart.
He's also and the private detective character is still cynical, but he's also happens to be gay, and so it's sending up some of the more extremely masculine and heterosexual performance that usually goes on in a lot of those movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Harry Lockhart is like the naive and hopeful guest in this cynical and hard LA town who eventually still comes out on top.
The kind of the super rough idea. I don't want to talk too much about it because this is one of those things where this movie's been out for over 10 years, whatever. But I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it yet because I want them to enjoy the mystery so bad.
Oh,
but
God,
the rough idea is that Robert Downey Jr. plays a thief who ends up stumbling into an audition and gets flown out to LA to be in this movie, and Val Kilmer is the gay private eye who gets hired to kind of show him the ropes about what PI work is like, so he can more properly act out this role he's going to be playing.
Because they're convinced that Harry is this method actor,
right?
Kind of
right, because he just had an actual real life breakdown in this audition. He just was freaking out because of
he was
stuff.
running away from the cops.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
and then in comes his childhood best friend / sweetheart, Harmony, love of my life.
Love of my life, Harmony.
Harmony, Faith, Lane. The names in this movie are just...
I know.
Chef kiss.
What's Perry's last name?
Perry Van Shrike.
Everyone calls him Gay Perry. The whole movie
I
is
want
Gay
to call
Perry.
attention to the name thing too, because if you put them all together, the names of the three protagonists in this movie are Harry, Perry, and Harmony. Or Perry, Harry, and Harmony. Mm-hmm. And then the names of the characters in The Nice Guys, we looked this up. What are the... It's
Jackson, Holland, and Holly.
It's Jackson, Holland, and Holly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Holly. So cute.
Because definitely Holly was supposed to be... I don't know if this was a fandom thing or if it was in the novelization, but that they were thinking Holly is named after her dad. For sure.
Yeah.
Nice Guys was good.
Cute.
Anyway.
Nice Guys is good.
Yeah.
The Nice Guys is like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, only not quite as wonderful and also set in the 70s.
Yeah, but it's good. Instead of being weird sort of three fuck up adults with their try and solve mysteries, it's one fuck up adult, one fuck up dude who beats people up for money, and then one reasonable child solve murders, and then the two adults end up being oh god, we're married now, sort of, and Russell Crowe is this child is my daughter now, which means we're married. Anyway, it's good.
It's something similar happens to Perry and Harry in this movie, where Perry is immediately put in this position where he has to hang around with Harry all the time. And
he's getting paid a lot.
Yeah. He's this guy is a fucking idiot. He's also useless and can't defend himself.
I love him.
I guess I have to look after him forever. Most of my notes about this movie were just me writing down all the sarcastic shit that Perry says to him in one scene.
My $2,000 ceramic vector my mother got me as a special gift. You threw it in the lake next to the car. What happens when they drag the lake?
Anyway.
Val Kilmer gives a stellar performance.
Oh God. Val Kilmer
fully
is
representing me as a homosexual.
Val Kilmer is... everyone in this movie is just dialed up to 11. all the time.
So good. And the knob is broken right off.
And yeah, and it's so good because it is very like slapstick, but it's really it's like both extremely verbal and witty and extremely slapstick.
Mm-hmm.
Even Corbin Bernsen as well is just like totally loving.
Oh god,
getting to play.
Forgot that he's in it, but he so is, and he's so good.
He's so ooh, ouch.
The script is really solid. It's just there's no weak points. It's tight.
Yeah, it moves.
This was a formative movie for me because of the script, because I can't remember if I discovered the script first or if I found the movie first, and then I liked the dialogue so much that I looked for the script. And that was the first time that I had, like, read a screenplay for a movie just for fun. That was, like, kind of one of the beginnings of my interest in film in a more, like, you know, involved way, I guess, was this movie. Because it was just that much fun. Yeah.
Man.
I love it.
We definitely were going to say some other shit, and now we're all just kind of, like, silently thinking about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I mean, I'm literally just reading, like Helena has just typed in all of these, and just every single fucking line in this movie is choice as shit.
Oh, I was
you know what I just, oh god, no, you know what I just thought of, and this is something that's like, I can't quote it, but when you think he's taking notes during the interview, and then it's just this, like, this weird fucking, like, sketchy drawing of, like, a Halloween cat, and it says gato in all caps. And he's
so to pick up the summary from where we left off, the non-spoilery summary.
Oh yeah.
Harmony and Harry and Perry are all in this town. Perry takes Harry with him on a case that he has taken, and suddenly they all become involved in this murder case that seems to have a lot of twists and turns in it.
Yeah, and then Harmony, I think the idea is that they're on one case, and then Harmony brings them another case because she thinks that Harry is a PI now.
Yeah,
because Harry's been telling
your
her
case
that.
and my case are the same case.
Yeah, they're the same case.
He tells two different people the same night. He tells one of them, I'm retired, I invented dice as a kid. And then he tells Harmony's friend.
Yeah.
He tells her friend Flicka that he's a private detective, and then Flicka tells Harmony that he's a PI. And Val Kilmer and Perry is just like, you what? You're not gonna go solve murder cases. And then Harry's like,
they're the same.
Maybe I do anyway. Yeah.
I also want to say there's obviously this movie it's like a dark comedy neo-noir. That's the point of it. But like, God, it has some very good emotional payoff.
It does. Yeah.
The relationships.
Yeah. RDJ has a speech kind of near the end, like middle end.
The last third of the movie, I would say.
Yeah, in the third act, about like never finishing anything he's started, and like his whole thing is that he's like a fuck up. People call him a fuck up the whole movie, and that's his whole character. Is he's an unreliable narrator and a thief and a con man. And
but he's
God,
like,
it's just like
he's like bad at all of those things.
Ya. Yeah, like, and he's not good at anything he's ever done.
He's not the suave criminal. He's not kind of trading on any of the things that people had come to expect from Robert Downey Jr.'s career previously. He's twitchy and either compulsively lies or is way too honest. Like, he's just, he's flailing around. He's very
vulnerable.
He's
all
incredibly,
the time.
He just looks like a fucking baby deer who, like, steals shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
He wears his heart on his sleeve. And it's great to see him in this role still after watching Iron Man movies for years and years, because not that Tony isn't just, has his emotional issues, as we know, but
right.
he's so bottled up and so tight, and they don't give him a lot of room sometimes to just be open and vulnerable. And this movie, he's just so, like, he just feels everything.
He's the heart of this crew. And Perry's the brains, obviously. Perry and Harmony are like they're smart ones, and then Harry's like, wow, I'm in love with the smartest people alive.
Yeah.
I'm bisexual and in love with very smart people.
The three of them share 2 brain cells, and Harry never has it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's never Harry's turn for either of the brain cells.
And he's like totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if he got a brain cell of his own, he would give it to one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is something that is interesting because I feel like it happens in both the Nice Guys, a little more explicitly in the Nice Guys, but also in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is, I feel like the thing about a lot of noir is that if your like hard-boiled PI, like main character, has any kind of like connections with other men, they will either die or turn out to be a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he can never have the woman he wants, but he doesn't get to have friends either.
Yeah, he's a very lone wolf.
He's very lone wolf. And both of these movies do this. And when you get a little later, like, there's all these movies, and I can't come up with any specific examples because my brain, like, I left my brain by the side of the road 7 miles back. A lot of times, like, movies that are founded on that like have a strong emotional bond between 2 guys, like there's a sense that it is presumed to be a substitute for a hypothetically more fulfilling relationship they could be having with a woman. Like, for instance, I know we've talked about like more Marvel movies than anybody's body has room for. Steve and Bucky, like, you get the sense that like Steve can't have Peggy, so he's like channeling those feelings into like trying to replace them with friendships with dudes, but they're like always going to be inferior.
Mm-hmm.
Both the Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and you get main characters who kind of end up in like some kind
fulfilling
of
partnerships.
Yeah, they end up sort of settling into a partnership with another guy who, for whatever sort of inexplicable reason, like really understands them and stuff. And that's like okay. They're not they sort of, either it was never about replacing a hypothetical relationship with a woman, or they get over that.
The Nice Guys doesn't have a female, or I guess a love interest. It doesn't have a love interest at all. There's no romance subplot in that movie whatsoever. There's like a brief moment where Holland is like hitting on the secretary or whatever, but it's more played off as like what a fucking ditz this guy is, that he's not focusing on the thing in front of him like Jackson does. Yeah. And then she ends up working for like the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He does it like as a reflex.
Yeah.
It's like a rejection also of like those heteronormative endings that you see in a lot of those classic film noir as well, where if, usually if he doesn't end up with the pure or wonderful woman, like if he's in love with the dangerous evil woman, then she has to die or he has to die. And like some of those movies are very good.
Oh, they're
like,
great.
Indemnity is very good, but it's very much a traditional kind of take on that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, and especially the Nice Guys, there's no, I feel like what you would expect from that movie is for them to end up pursuing the same woman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost just like this movie kind of looked at that and went, man, we don't fucking need that.
We just don't have time for that.
Like, I don't... We need to beat up Ryan Gosling some more.
We're busy beating the shit out of Ryan Gosling. That was my priority, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's always my priority.
Hey, you know what else does this? Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why this is your unusual double feature breaking in the middle of this. Fucking watch Hot Fuzz and the Nice Guys. Or Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
Yes.
Any combination of the three of those movies.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
There's also something that they do differently with that kind of relationship where all of these people, like in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, with the three of them were all in like, it depends on the script. Like that Robert Downey Jr. was in his early 40s when he was doing this, but like 30s or something, was supposed to be in their 30s, and like significantly like very much over and their collective dreams and ambitions. Harmony is and someone who came to LA to be an actress to escape a lot of trauma.
Yeah, childhood abuse and trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. Harry is a fuck up. He's a petty thief, and Perry is just, Perry. And
Perry is like stuck in kind of a, I think, not necessarily super fulfilling career that he's very good at, but like everybody is always calling him fucking gay Perry, and like he's stuck with a bunch of people who are like shallow and like,
people who don't understand
cruel.
him and people who don't take him seriously. And I think one of the things that he finds so magnetic about Harry right off the bat is that Harry takes him very, very seriously, because Harry takes everyone seriously.
Yeah, Harry's like thinks he's a badass,
or doesn't take anybody. Like he either takes people very seriously, or he doesn't take the right people seriously at all. And you're like, you dumb bitch, god damn it.
Yeah. Yep.
So they have these three people with these like, and then there's a reference in the movie as well to the fact that both Perry and Harry's fathers were abusive to them when they were children as well. So it's these three people who have experienced trauma in their life and who have given up on their not have given up, but have fucked up in their lives in some way. And instead of saying like, well, guess they have to die now, the movie says no, actually these people can heal and
it's not too late for them
and
either.
meaningful out of it.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. It's not too late for any of them, and their rough edges actually make them better for one another. Like, there's not like one person it's not like a maximum of one fuck up per relationship kind of a situation. Because I feel like sometimes that's a preconception where it's like, man, like only one of you is allowed to be a complete fucking disaster, when the reality is that like sometimes both of you are complete disasters, or sometimes everybody's a disaster, but that just means that like what the other person needs, and sometimes you can be like, well, I can't whip myself into shape, but I can do it for you and you can do it for me. It's like a teamwork thing.
Yeah.
Which is like, especially, and like I'm gonna get super gay for a second, like that's definitely
Please.
something that really resonates with me, because that's been like my relationship with the two of you, and like especially with Matty.
No, it's true. Like
it is.
We have all, I believe, seen some of the worst of each other.
Yeah, like we've been there for some of the absolute lowest points in each other's lives.
We met at like the lowest point in my life, like some of the lowest points in my life.
Yeah, me too.
And like got each other back on our feet, and like that was like,
Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason that we all love this movie so much, is because it kind of takes something that is very real and very raw and for all of us, and spins it into something that we can laugh at. Yeah. In a good way.
I think a lot of people are really attracted to the movie because it is very stylish and very cool and very hip. But it also does have, I think, a good emotional core to it.
Yeah.
Which is something that I don't think I noticed right away when I was 11 years old and watching it
I think
too early in my life.
The older I got, the more I got to appreciate it for more than just kind of like fun movie, good time. The underlying kind of emotional stuff that was going on also was like, oh, I get it now as an adult.
Yeah.
That being said, I still have it shelved in So, okay, I'm about to drag myself. I have my DVD shelved by the kind of like the kind of time I want to have when I watch it. So I have like I want to cry
this.
movies shelved together. I have my movies when I want to like just have a laugh, you know, and then I have my movies when I just like want to have a warm hug in a movie form, and then I have my movies that are like I just want to watch when I want to have a good time and have fun. And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is still very much shelved as a want to have fun movie.
Yeah.
Even though it does resonate in that way for me. So.
Yeah, it's a good middle ground between like I don't want to say feel good. It makes me feel good, but it's not a feel good movie.
No,
you know?
it is in a very it is a feel good movie in a very offbeat, kind of slightly morbid way.
Yeah.
Well, that's like when you told your dad that In Bruges, you thought that In Bruges was life affirming, which I completely agree with. And your dad was, and I told that to my dad, and I was like, yeah, and he was like, what?
I would say I was actually thinking about like life affirming movies when we were talking about them forever ago. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I feel like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang also can kind of fall into that slot.
Yeah.
In a weird way. Like, it doesn't, not as much as the other ones, obviously, but like a little bit. Not in like I wanted to die and now I don't want to. It's like I'm a fuck up, and like being a fuck up is like, that's all right.
Yeah,
you'll get better.
It's life affirming in the sense of it's not necessarily so much, because I feel like In Bruges and some of those other movies we talked about are life affirming in the sense that they are survival affirming.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a survival checked off, but that's all you've been doing. Now it's like it's affirming of living. Yeah,
of not just surviving, but like living.
Yeah, of sort of saying like, hey, okay, fine, I'm a fuck up, cool, where do I go from there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what happens when I am willing to admit to other people that I am a fuck up, and the answer is actually they are also a fuck up and they will love me anyway. Yeah. They will, however, roast me mercilessly. I mean, they will love me anyway, and also roast me mercilessly at every possible opportunity, which is the best kind of friendship.
Any questions, hesitate to call.
I just, every single
a whole book in one day. Wow.
Badly's an adverb. Who taught you grammar? Get out. Vanish.
Get out. Vanish. I'll give you a buzz. Die.
I was thinking during work all day today, just the like very specific gif in my head of Robert Downey Jr. being like, people kissing people.
Oh, that's such a good scene.
This whole time I've been trying to remember how I found this movie, and I genuinely think
people
that I think what happened was because I think I had already seen Iron Man. Like, I think I watched this after Iron Man came out, but I think I liked Iron Man, and then I think I just went on a Robert Downey Jr. kick because I'm pretty sure I watched Chaplin. And then I watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And then I tried to watch this incredibly weird adaptation of a Philip K. Dick novel called A Scanner Darkly.
Oh, yeah.
Which is rotoscoped.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And hey, guess what? You know who's in that movie?
Keanu Reeves. Yeah. I started, and this is for context, listeners. I spent a lot of time, the house that I grew up in had a basement. There was another, TV and DVD player. There was, it didn't get cable, but there was, or maybe it did, I don't remember. There was an additional DVD player and TV, and that was where the computer was in the basement. Do not ask me why my parents thought this was a good idea.
The computer room.
Yeah, which was the basement. So, I could just hide in the basement for hours. And so what I just started checking DVDs out of the library and watching them in the basement. And I could watch whatever I wanted because this was after and then eventually my parents banned me from picking the Netflix film. Because yeah.
Well, see, what happened to me is I also went through a Robert Downey Jr. Phase.
As
which
I
was
recall
actually
so
just,
well.
like being really watching just Kiss Kiss Bang Bang over and over again.
So
and
many
then
times did we watch that movie.
Finding Heart and Souls on Comcast On Demand, which I also watched a really obscene
You
number
watched
of
that
times.
a lot. I only saw that like the once or twice, but
Is that the one where?
Especially.
Hang on.
this is one of his
Yep.
early ones.
Oh, okay, different
Well,
one.
it was like middle. It was in the 80s. No, I'm sorry. It was in the early 90s. I'm sorry. It's the one where, as a kid, he had 5 guardians who were the ghosts of people who had just died in a bus crash, and they had to find a way to channel their like new guardian.
Oh,
their,
that
like, new
movie!
kid.
I've never actually
Yeah.
seen it, but I
In
know
order
what
to
it is.
fulfill their purpose. 1993. He looks like a fetus.
Oh
and
God,
is
he
adorable.
really looks like a fetus.
He is baby for sure.
He is baby. It was 1993, so he was, I don't know, how old was he?
What a weird coincidence, because there's also a point where he's like, everything in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, where it's like everything happens for a reason, like because I die, like all these people in Baltimore get to live, or like the bus crash in Baltimore or something, like
Yeah. He was 28 when he did Heart and Soul, so he was that's creepy.
fucking
It has like
fetus.
a really good cast.
Yeah, it
though.
has I'm on the IMDb page. This is ridiculous.
Charles Grodin.
I wouldn't
Alfred
mind
Woodward,
seeing it again.
Keira
It's been a
Sedgwick.
very, very long time.
I mean, it's not a good movie.
I mean,
quote,
that's
unquote,
fine.
But
I
it's,
just watch
you know,
bad movies all the time.
There are some problematic elements in it, but like other than that, it's a pretty fun, heartwarming.
Yeah,
little
whatever.
ride.
Yes,
You know.
sorry, not whatever, but like, yes,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that of course it does.
Yeah.
Yes, acknowledged.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna bop back to the Nice Guys for a second because
Absolutely.
I just remembered the moment on the like press tour for this movie where one of them were like, "Ah, yes, hey, remember the time we realized that we're both named after birds because they're Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling."
Yes, I remember this.
I do remember this. Thank you. I love Ryan Gosling. I'm sorry.
This was
for
the
being
movie that made me
way.
realize he was an underappreciated comedy
Yeah,
actor.
because
So good.
I was never sold on Ryan Gosling. Part of this is one of those things where I'm like, I'm too gay to want to fuck Ryan Gosling, apparently.
Yeah.
I
fair.
am like 85% a lesbian and the other 15% is like weird looking dudes, basically.
Mm.
And by that I mean it's Taliesin Jaffe. Oh, fuck off. Not that Taliesin Jaffe is particularly weird looking, but he's not conventionally attractive. But yeah, it's like I had never, this was sort of post all of the feminist Ryan Gosling memes and stuff, and post the abomination that was Drive, that I haven't actually seen. I just want that fucking scorpion jacket.
God,
I want the
it so bad.
jacket.
It's so sexy.
Yeah, it's incredibly
That's the first
sexy.
thing I saw Oscar Isaac in,
Oh,
so
no
it's an
fucking way.
important movie.
Okay, that's legit.
I have never seen it. I didn't realize
me
he was
neither.
in that movie.
It's
Isn't his role specifically bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just had like a fucking Memento style like
Yeah.
memory surface, and I was like, "Wait, I remember."
Oh, wait, never
it's
mind.
Bad.
Yeah. And so I was really pretty burned out on Ryan Gosling, like without ever even really having seen him in anything. I've never seen The Notebook.
Oh, Ezra.
I know. I am a child. I was born in 1991. I've never seen The Notebook.
That's straight culture, right?
I know, right? I'm like, somehow I also just like grew up under a rock, so,
Look, he's very
It's
very
like
good in
fine.
it.
I'm sure
I have to say.
I'm sure he's very charming.
His performance is better than the movie.
He never did it for
Yes.
me. Like, I never had any, like, affection or emotional connection or any kind of spark for Ryan Gosling. And then I saw The Nice Guys and I was like, holy fuck, Ryan Gosling's actually a good actor.
Oh, he's I'm specifically the scene of him when Healy comes into him at the bowling alley bath comes into him. Uh-oh. Oops. Uh-oh. Oops. Uh-oh. Like comes and finds him in the bowling alley bathroom, and he like keeps trying to open the bathroom bathroom door while he's holding a gun and his pants are down and he's holding a magazine over his dick. And it's like a fucking minute and a half long sequence where he keeps doing this. And it's such a simple bit, but he delivers it so fucking well.
He has, both of them just have such good comic timing. It's really just exquisite. And like, I love Russell Crowe.
Plays a delightful straight man.
Yeah.
But he's like not a full straight man, because there's also a point where like they find the body of the like the next to the tree, and Russell Crowe comes stumbling out and he's like, okay, we're gonna throw up and then we're gonna throw this body over the fence, and then both of them just kind of turn away and then the scene just abruptly cuts.
Oh,
God, it's so good.
God, I'm
just looking at all these nice guy gift sets and just like, ugh, I miss this movie.
I don't know if we said it in the episode yet, but I have said I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is better. Nice Guys has some like, it's a little bit more disjointed. I feel like it has a plot, but the plot isn't as like interesting, I guess. Though it is about how Detroit is like the car industry and capitalism is evil, and you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite as tightly plotted.
No.
As Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Ryan Gosling's character keeps making like Hitler references, and it like hits kind of weird. Like 3 or 4 times really keeps the one at the end is relatively funny, if only because like the lawyer later is like, what is he doing? And Russell Crowe just leans over and he's like, I believe he's making a comparison between you and Adolf Hitler. And then Ryan Gosling just kind of nods and they both look away.
Yep.
But no, I'm glad I rewatched it, because I was like, no, I did enjoy this movie. Like, this movie is still very funny. And it like the chemistry between the Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling and the gal who plays Ryan Gosling's daughter, just delightful.
It's so good.
She calls Russell Crowe Mr. Healy the entire time. And there's a point where he's like going to strangle and kill Matt Bomer, and she appears in the window and she's like, if you kill him, I'm never talking to you ever again. And he just stops and looks at Matt Bomer and he's like, you owe your life to a 13-year-old girl, and then just like knocks him out. Because like he likes this kid so much that he's like, I'm not gonna kill ever again, despite the fact that it's basically my job.
Yeah, it's so good because it's there's just this like funny undertone of, it's almost like I'm trying to get to know my new stepdaughter, but also sometimes she likes me better than her actual dad.
It's a little bit kind of, because he meets her right after he beats the shit out of Holland. And she offers him a yoo-hoo, and he gets just fucking amped about this yoo-hoo. So it kind of feels like he grows to care about her first, and like through her begrudgingly is like, I'll put up with the dad, I guess. And then falls in love with the dad because he likes this kid so much.
Yeah.
It's great watching those relationships develop, and also watching Holly and Holland, who are like two people grieving over the loss of like a shared family member.
And there's something really nice that they do with that as well. That's like, I mean, Holland is a fuck up in his own special way, but there's that scene at the beginning. I'm sure you know what I'm going to say about like how the first time we see him, he wakes up in a bathtub like hungover, and he's like written on his hand or something that
you will never be
Holly's
happy.
Birthday.
No,
will never be happy. And then there's another reminder
he gets a call.
How it's
he gets a
birthday.
Call from her that it's her birthday. Yeah.
And you're kind of expecting, due to like the kind of traditional like deadbeat dad setup in a lot of movies, that like he's going to be, you forgot my birthday, and he doesn't plan anything and he forgot about it. But then later in the movie, he's planned a birthday at a bowling alley for her with all of her friends. Like, he didn't forget, and he still made time for her, even though he's a total fuck up.
Yeah, like he is definitely trying. It's not like he's a fuck up and he's like, I'm always going to be a fuck up. He like is very much trying for her. He just can't figure out how to do better. And there is definitely a point where she's like, you're a fuck up detective, you're a fuck up dad, like, I hate you. And he's like, well, yeah. And then he pulls up some, like, good detective work right out of his ass, and he and Healy leave, and you can see her, like, smiling to herself in very much, like, oh, like, that's, like, my dad. Like, and she's, like, really secretly kind of proud and also very, like, happy, and it's really sweet.
Because she's slightly better at solving mysteries than him.
Oh,
so
yeah,
she's really
absolutely.
happy that she's a detective.
But, like, he starts doing the detectiving shit, and she's, like, kind of bowled over, and, like, oh, whoa, like, that's, yeah. They have a lot of very sweet moments. There's also, I forgot that, because this is such a little thing, but at the beginning he writes, like, you will never be happy on his hand, and you're like, that's fucking sad. And then at the end, when he's, like, clutching the film reel and leaning against the car, and, like, they've won, he looks down at his hand, and because the never is right in between, like, his pointer finger and his thumb, it's gotten worn away from all the, like, the action. So it says, you will be happy.
Yeah.
And he just, like, fucking, like, zones right out and is, like, just starts smoking and, like, smiling to himself. And you're like... That's another one where it's, like, I'm a fuck up, but, like, people love me anyway.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
There's...
That's the plot of Iron Man 3, too.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, yeah, it's like, I'm being a fuck up is not incompatible with growing and changing and being loved.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, sometimes we all need to hear that, and, like, I've needed to hear that a lot in my life.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, you know what there's not enough of is fucking fan fiction for either of these movies. Please, for the love of God, can more people watch these and write me more Nice Guys fan fiction and also Kiss Kiss Bang Bang fic?
Because, as we said, like Harry Lockhart, I never finish anything I started. So
Yeah.
I have ideas for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang fic, but I don't have the time to write it right now. So
you should tell me about them because I'm terrible at making up plots, but I might be able to, like, bang something out for you.
So, bang. Right. So, this is something that we did in our, like, pilot episode, the never been aired pilot episode. That was the fanfic check.
Yep. We're doing the fanfic check.
Oh,
yeah, so I'm going on Archive of Our Own. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang 2005 has 145 works. This is, oh boy, this one is a bunch of, like, crossover shit.
I hate it.
This one's...
I hate it. Oh god, I see it. Ugh.
A lot of stuff in Russian. Like, a lot of stuff in Russian.
Hey, nobody here, obviously, I'm presuming no one listening to this podcast is part of Russian language fandom. I'm just saying, I swear to God I will pay someone to translate Russian language fanfiction because there's so many tiny little fandoms and, like, half of the fic is in Russian and the tags are all, like, the kind of stuff that I'm super into.
Yeah, the shit that I want to read.
The PBS Wallander show is, like, more than 50% of the tag is in Russian, and the tags on it are just, like, tantalizing. And I'm like, fuck, I swear to God I'm gonna learn how to speak Russian for the express purpose of reading fanfic.
So you know this bitch is opening up some stuff in some tabs to share later.
Okay, good.
So that's what it is it looks like most of it is, like, it's Harry Perry, like,
Unsurprising. Is there any...
And then a lot of it is in Russian.
I gotta know, is there any OT3 stuff?
There's a couple. I've come across some.
There's a big... Looks like
relationships.
Yeah, I'm filtering by
there's
relationships.
7. Which is, like, Harry has 2 hands.
Yeah.
You dumb assholes.
He has 2 hands.
Okay.
Polyamory exists.
Yeah, let's look at Nice Guys. I had something else I was gonna say. Oh, so this is a theory that we came up with right after we saw Nice Guys, because the detective in fucking Nice Guys that's named Perry. Did we decide that he's Perry's uncle that he's named after?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
And, like, he grows up with his, like, his Uncle Perry, and then, like, the 2, like, gay private eyes that Perry looks up to.
Yep.
Okay, so Nice Guys has 113.
Okay.
That's not too shabby.
I mean, no shock as to the main pairing, like, obviously. Mostly in English, actually.
Oh, nice.
One of these tags is just guys being dads.
That is...
I love it.
Hold on, this one is a slight Gladiator crossover? Hold on. Where Jackson
Nice.
Healy is also the Gladiator?
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'm into
Love
it.
some time travel. I appreciate it.
It's uncompleted and it has 895 words in 1 of the 3 chapters. I can't do this to myself.
No,
but, like,
don't do that to
holy
yourself.
shit.
I just gotta
Are
say...
4 of those words, are you not entertained?
Oh my god.
I hope
you.
so.
So, I would like you to know that I took one for the team and went on fanfiction.net looking for...
Thank
So
you.
there are an additional 40 works in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, God. Fuck me running.
I know, and I'm... This one...
Abysmal.
It's such a disappointment. God.
I just...
Abysmal.
This is interesting. Hey, shout out to the one fic in Indonesian from 2012.
Hell yeah.
That's badass.
So
Oh,
real quick
boy.
before we... oh boy, indeed. Before we wrap up, I just want to do... I think one of the times we talked about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, we did kind of a, like, here's things you should watch out for.
Yeah.
I would not mind doing that again. For both of them, just because there's some stuff I think is worth... Specifically, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang has mentions of, like, childhood abuse and, like, childhood sexual abuse specifically. Yeah. It's kind of it's not a full subplot, but it is part of the plot and it is mentioned. You never really see it on screen.
It's definitely present.
Yes, so that is something to be aware of. It's gory. Not like extremely gory, but like, you know, there's violence.
It's not horror movie gory, but it definitely
it's like action
is.
Movie gory.
It's action movie gory. There's a fair amount of violence. There's dead bodies. There's.
It's a noir. You know, people are dying and
People die.
Nice Guys literally starts with like a sex worker like dying in a car crash and she's naked and bloody and you like full on see her titties.
Yeah.
Which surprised me. I was like, oh, that happened.
Yeah, I had kind of forgotten about that.
And then like one of the main characters like drinks a lot.
Yeah.
I think it is, they don't ever like explicitly say like you're an alcoholic, but like
no, but he definitely has an
is.
unhealthy. He is an alcoholic. He has an unhealthy relationship with alcohol.
Yes.
I'm trying to think about whether there's anything else that.
In general, I would just say I always recommend the doesthedogdie.com. You can look up movies and it gives a bunch of different trigger warnings of things to look out for. Those are just the ones that I know like I like to be warned for.
Yeah. There's not.
There you go.
There might be. There's suicide in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they definitely needs a content warning for you don't see anyone
You don't see it committed.
Yeah,
right.
but there's definitely you see the aftermath of suicide in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the ones that I can but yeah, definitely hop on Does the Dog Die if you have any concerns about anything because they are movies that do contain content that some people may find to be not something they want to engage with.
Mm-hmm. I'm flipping through it right now.
Oh, cool. Good for... Okay, awesome.
Sorry.
No, that's totally chill.
I forgot about something that happened.
Oh.
Which, like, I shouldn't be laughing at this, but sorry.
No,
I'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we really... It's funny. This movie literally came out in 2005, and we still don't want to have so many specifics because the mystery is so well done.
It's
but
so
also,
good.
It's not... What you can watch in a million... It has so much rewatch value.
Yeah. Like, both of us have seen this movie 10 gazillion times.
Yeah.
And it's so good every time. I'm really excited to watch it after we
I'm like, I swear to God, it's 10 p.m. and I'm like, I have work at 7, but what if I just stayed up and watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? And it's like, no. I'm like hitting myself with a rolled up newspaper, like, don't fucking do it.
Right. We'll do it again soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think it's really worth it. Like, be careful, take care of yourself. I think that comes with, like, that's the sticker slapped on every movie rec we do.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's real good.
It is. It has a lot to offer.
Both of them are real good.
They're both great.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang specifically, but Nice Guys is, like, also just a fucking good time.
Yeah. It's... So, thanks, Shane Black. I don't have any opinions about Lethal Weapon, but...
Yeah, I guess you did those. Apparently, he did something with the Predator movie. Helena was like, he's in the doghouse, and I was like, I don't know what he did, but
I'm sure she'll tweet about it. We'll be like, Helena, you have to tweet about whatever you're like, why you're irked with Shane Black over the Predator movie.
Yeah, I'm asking. Oh, he directed the 2018 one.
Okay,
I'm looking it up on the Googles.
All right, because I know literally nothing about... The only thing I know about the Predator movie is that I think I saw a picture of it, and I was like, that reminds me of something, and it's the fucking, like, Wraith from Stargate Atlantis. Oh, there we go. That was when we talked earlier about stuff that we've seen. I am making my way through Stargate Atlantis with, not as online friend of the podcast, Lindia. Like the old school way, like we go over to each other's apartments and like make food and watch her DVDs of Stargate Atlantis, and you know what? It's fucking great. I haven't, and I'm not really reading, I'm not like looking for fic of it or anything, like I'm not engaging in I'm like sort of like not, I'm experimenting with like watching something and not doing fandom for it. And it's actually kind of fun, because Lindia's like, she's been in fandom, she reads fan fiction, like we can like joke about stuff, but it hasn't been as like an overwhelming a chunk of her life as it has been for mine. And it's kind of nice. And also like, Stargate Atlantis aired in like the early 2000s. Like if there was like discourse and shit, it died in the live journal purges.
Now. Exactly.
And so it's kind of fun to be like free of that.
Yeah, I've been, as someone who's like recently stumbled into like John Wick and Constantine. Obviously, there's like fucking nothing for Constantine, and that's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
And so John Wick and Preacher, like, not a lot of stuff there, but like little fandoms. I'm like checking those tags and like reading my way through it, and I'm like honestly kind of burned down on it. Like I'm doing it because I want to engage in that stuff, but I'm also like, what if I just fucking didn't?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might just like not and just kind of enjoy it for what it is. And that's kind of a weird concept as someone who's, so like that's a large portion of like what I'm reading these days.
Yeah, like pretty much every media that I've engaged with in the last like 15 years, I have immediately gone looking for some kind of fan content response to it, whether out of frustration with canon or just wanting more and there not being any more. Like those are sort of the twin impulses, and it's weird to just be like, because like there's plenty of things that I do seek out fan fiction for. Like I don't even want to talk about the number of times a day I refresh the Critical Role fic tag.
I love you.
I know, I love you too. It's bad. I'm just, because a lot of it, I'm like, people are like, oh, like, what do you actually like ship? I'm like, I don't have any shipping like preferences here. I will just read anything because I'm hungry. It's like the literary equivalent of like just snacking.
Yeah, no, it's just popcorn. It's just kind of like I'm just munching on something.
I'm just munching on it because it's what I'm thinking about. So I may as well read fan fiction. Yeah, it's like I'm thinking about it anyway, so I may as well read fic for it. But it's nice to remind myself that I can like things in a way that's kind of just me, or just me and the person I'm sitting next to watching it with. Like I don't have to have that be augmented by online fandom if I don't want to. which makes it easier for me to sort of put the kibosh on like fandoms that are getting to be negatively affecting my enjoyment of the source material, which is what happened with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where I finally had to just be like, I was like, never mind. I need all of you to fuck off.
Yeah, it's easy to get burned out if you're not careful. Like, you're just like, there's just so much information coming in, and it's like, I'm not having fun anymore. This is an obligation, and that fucking reeks.
Yeah, it's not good. And it's interesting.
I've had to take a break from some stuff on and off, like Taz. Like, there was just so much of it on my dash, and I love that
I
show.
can't even imagine.
I know, babe. I love that
show.
No,
I was adjacent to the Taz explosion, like, without meaning to. I was trying to get away from it, and I still had a deluge. Like, I can't even imagine how much
someone
you were
who
seeing.
was there on purpose, yeah.
Yeah, like, holy shit.
I finally listened to the end of the first season a few months ago, and I had avoided it because I was so done. And I think I'm hitting that point again. A part of it is because I came across a bunch of untagged spoilers about the new episode, and I was like, well, fuck me, I guess. What I'm also like, I think I just want to take a break for a little bit, just because, like, it's just so much again, and I don't know. I'm glad this is a safe space where I can say stuff like that, and people aren't gonna be like judgy about it. You know, like, it's like, cool, yeah, man, you do you. Sometimes you just gotta like take a break from the stuff you love and come back. I did that with Fall Out Boy too, actually, where I listened to so much of it, and like, weirdly enough, I saw a lot of it on my dash, and I was like, I'm fucking sick of Fall Out Boy right now.
Oh, wild. Interesting.
Yeah, it was very weird. I don't know why there was so much of it on my dash, but I was like, I just don't, like, this is too much information.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta do that to, like, get back into things you love again.
Yeah, it's and then when you do come back, you're like, oh yeah, it gives you a chance to, like, remember why you love something so much.
Right. I had a very fast turnaround for Marvel on that, where, like, I was watching it with my parents, and then we did, like, the month of Marvel, and I'm like, oh, I love Marvel, and now I'm like, don't want to talk about it anymore. My dad was like, do you want to watch Infinity War? And I need to text him back, actually, but I was like, no, do not want to watch another Marvel movie for a while. Have seen many of them, have talked about them for a long time. Am done. Good night.
Think I had a longer, like, I took a much longer break from Marvel than you did, and I'm kind of, I'm thinking, I was like, maybe I'll watch Ant-Man. So I might, but, like, I keep being like, oh, I should watch that, but, like, and this has also been interesting because there was such a big, long chunk of, like, the last several years, I've consumed a lot of media because even, like first it was, like, you know, when, like, we were living together and we lived in Portland, we just didn't have any money. So we didn't go out because we were depressed and broke. And so it was either we didn't want to go anywhere because we were depressed, or we didn't want to go anywhere because we didn't have any money.
Yeah, we watched a lot of YouTube.
we watched a lot of movies, we watched a lot of YouTube videos, we watched a lot of TV. We consumed a lot of media because we weren't going places and doing activities that we would have to pay for. You know, Correct. We could afford to rent a DVD. But then I moved up to Bellingham, and I moved away from all of my friends. And, like, I made friends, sort of, but it wasn't people I was hanging out with all the time, so I just had a lot of free time to spend a lot of time on the phone with people in Portland and watch a lot of TV, watch a lot of YouTube videos, watch a lot of all of this stuff, download hundreds of hours of Critical Role directly into my cerebral cortex. But then I started playing games at playing D&D at the local game store, where I made a bunch of friends, and we play at the game store. We play home games. I have long distance home games. Like, I like to joke that, like, 60% of my social life is Dungeons and Dragons right now. And it is, which means that I'm offline. Like, it's very it's like actually fairly analog. Like, I don't even really keep I like look stuff up. I'm like, I have the page numbers for the spells that I'm using written down so I can look them up in my physical player's handbook. It's wild. And it's just this sort of, I have this ever-growing list of things that I've been meaning to watch, but I have so many other things that I can choose to do with my time because I have, like, both friends and disposable income right now. And it's sort of, this is, like, the first time in my life that I've had both of those things at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much less I rely on the internet and like on online communities and fandom. Basically, like, it's something that I still derive a lot of joy from, but I'm not dependent on it. But it's just like,
it's not my only source of entertainment.
Yeah, it's not my only source of entertainment, and therefore I'm not as invested in the ups and downs of it because I have other substitutes. Like, if fandom is bad, I can go somewhere else. I don't get frustrated because it's not giving me what I want.
Right, I can just fuck off and do whatever I want.
Yeah, I can go, I have other opportunities. Which is just, like, it's kind of wild to think about how, I mean, because, like, I've been reading fanfiction consistently since I was, like, 14.
For me, I was, like, 11 or 12. Like,
yeah, like, I'm 27. Like, that's half of my fucking life.
Yeah, I've been doing online fandom for a very fucking long time.
Yeah, I mean, and, like, I was lurking in online fandom before I really understood, like, before I was, like, consistently reading fan fiction. And it's sort of, it's kind of nice to have it. It's like, it's a resource, but it's not the only game in town for me now.
Yeah, which is, like, kind of, it's nice.
It feels good.
Very freeing. Yeah.
It is. It
feels
does
a little
feel
bit
very
healthier,
freeing.
you know?
Yeah.
That, like, I get to just be like, I'm just not gonna be fucking online right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I abandoned my Tumblr, not even really on purpose, just the mobile app basically stopped working on my phone, and then all of a sudden I was just like, okay, I have other things I can do.
Right.
And so, yeah, it does feel like a much healthier relationship, and I feel like my sort of, my like, stimuli options are a lot more varied now.
Yeah. I'm going out a lot more. And, like, God, it makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
When you, like, have, like, I mean, separate from, like, I have money, I have friends, you know, but, like, mental illness, it's like, how deep do I want to go? I'll go a little bit deep. I used to not be able to go outside. You remember, I had agoraphobia. Like, I couldn't go outside. And now I, like, can. And God, that makes such a fucking difference for all kinds of things. Like, not having to have my whole world be being online, capital B, capital O, being online.
Yeah.
That sentence got kind of, there were a bunch of thoughts there that got kind of mixed up, but, like, you know what I mean.
I do, yeah, I absolutely do, and I'm so happy that that's changed, because it
feels fucking good, man.
It does, it feels really good, and, like, this is kind of, like, I am, in fact, a fuck up. I'm still kind of a fuck up.
Absolutely.
Is in the I'm definitely kind of a fuck up, but I'm a fuck up who's learning to make it work anyway.
Yeah, learning how to be happy. And, like, I know every time someone's like, you just have to pick being happy. It's not that easy, but, like,
no, it's really not.
Learning how to figure out how to get there, or remind myself that you'll get back there.
Yeah.
And like, people love you. Not to get back to the like, movie, but, like,
I know, right?
I'm a fuck up. I fucked up, and, like, people love me anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Kicks ass, man.
Yeah, it does. And, like, it's so that's sort of, if you're looking for a movie that will make you laugh but also remind you of those things, hit up Shane Black. He's got what you need.
He's got at least 2 of them. He's got at least 3 of them, and those are the only 3 we care about.
I know, right? And I'm like, it's like, oh, hey, who's one of your favorite screenwriters? Shane Black. How many Shane Black movies have you seen? Fewer than half.
Only 3, and those are the only 3 that matters.
Yeah.
Fuck the rest of the shit, probably.
Yeah. I should probably watch Lethal Weapon eventually, just because I like cop movies. Sort of.
Yeah.
I don't really, I don't know.
I fucking hate cops, but like
all cops are
cop
bastards.
movies are a very weird, specific, like genre, like flavor of movie.
Yeah.
That fits into the male intimacy thing, and I'm I'm just fucking starving. So
I know, right? It's just like, I'm like mildly allergic to this, but I'm gonna eat it anyway because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It's like Helena and avocados.
It's the potato sweats.
Yeah.
About the person who got potato sweats, and they just thought that's what potatoes were fucking like. Yeah. That's me and cop movies.
Yeah. Oh, God. Helena's not here, so I can drag her for being mildly allergic to avocados and eating them anyway.
Like a dipshit.
Love you, Helena.
We love you, Helena.
Oh, boy. So, I think we should call it a night.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is...
So, we love you, Helena. Thanks, everyone, for, like, listening to the past 20 minutes of us just kind of, like, thinking about being alive and shit.
Yeah.
That's what Sneeple's all about, baby.
It's true.
We talk about movies, and then every so often we just get very emotionally honest with each other.
It's true.
And that's love. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out with us here on Sneople at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content. Come hit us up on Twitter at people_snake, or shoot us an email at sneepleatthemovies@gmail.com. You can also find Infinity Break, that's the network, at patreon.com/Infinity Break. You can find like Sneeple extra content there. You can find extra content for a bunch of our other shows. I'm on one of them now, and Z and I are going to be on one that's coming out later this year. So if you like tabletop, keep your fucking eyes open. Shit's coming. Our amazing music was done by Johnny Ronaldo, who you can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter. Our delightful logo was done by Bethany Luthold. You can find her at bethanyluthold.wixsite.com. If you got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or you have a hidden stash of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang fic somewhere, come say hello. Also, if you can, please leave a review on iTunes and share the show with any friends or family you think would like it. This is episode 10, so we're like kind of getting some momentum going, but we're still pretty early on in the process, so anything you can do to help us is really nice, and we appreciate you. So, as always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.
And all you good people in the Midwest, sorry we said fuck so much.
Fuck. Such a good fucking line.